All right, this is a cake reward story. It is also a follower-submitted cake reward story. Here we go. This is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Making Dessert with Expired Ingredients? Hey, Dusty, I'm a longtime fan and love watching your advice and listening to your feedback. Thank you. I need your help on this one, and I think I might be the astronaut, and also I may have ruined Christmas. Oh, shite. This year, it was my wife and I's turn to host Christmas for our family. We were very excited as this was our first time hosting in our new home. We went all out with a full Christmas dinner spread, and we decided that we wanted to make everything and we weren't going to ask anyone to bring anything. We were very focused on making sure that the main course was perfect, that we didn't spend a lot of time on dessert. My wife had a few small Christmas candies she had made, and we luckily had a Marie Callender's pie in the freezer, but we still needed a bit more. I looked through the pantry and found some cake mix. I decided that I would make a batch of cupcakes. I like to bake every now and then, so I didn't think much of it. The recipe called for milk, and instead of using the canned frosting we had, I had some cream cheese in the fridge, so I thought I would make homemade cream cheese frosting. I looked at the date on both the milk and cream cheese, and unfortunately they were both expired. However, I did the old smell test and both smelled fine and not spoiled, so I decided to use them. I should add that it was 10 p.m. on Christmas Eve and nothing was open, so I couldn't run to the store and get new ingredients. The cupcakes looked great, and we were all set for hosting Christmas brunch with the family. The morning of the brunch went off without a hitch. All of our family is local, so everyone spent all day at our house, and the celebration went into the evening. Around 7 p.m., my wife started complaining that her stomach hurt. I thought that was strange because I was feeling queasy myself. Next thing I know, my mother-in-law, sister-in-law, and nephew all started looking green and making their way to the bathrooms. My 7-year-old niece said, I don't feel good. And next thing you know, her Christmas brunch was all over the kitchen floor. We couldn't figure out what was going on. Everyone except for my father-in-law, mom, and brother were feeling sick. My wife asked what the hell was going on. If I wasn't sick to my stomach already, I was about to be. I asked everyone if they had a cupcake. Everyone who was sick had eaten one. I was so embarrassed. I fessed up to using expired ingredients and everyone was furious, especially my wife. I feel terrible about ruining Christmas. Am I the astronaut for using out-of-date ingredients and making everyone sick? I gotta know how expired it was, right? Because putting myself in a similar position, if it's like 1 or 2 days and it still smells okay, I'm gonna use it. Candy Thunder's looking at me like, you telling me, hey, I helped make the ooey gooey cookies for Christmas and I screwed them up, but I still helped. We were making ooey gooey. I was like, how can I help? Because she was in the kitchen trying to do 100 things. And I'm like, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. So she's like, okay, you can do this, this, and this. And I'm like, I got it. And I start doing all these things. And we take one batch of these cookies out of the oven, put them on the cooling rack, and we're batching more in. And I'm trying to clean up the workspace area. And I pick up the cake mix box, and one of them is heavy. And I'm like, oh no. Yeah, they didn't look right in the oven. They weren't setting up right. They looked a little flatter. And I picked that one box up and I was like, oh no, I'm dead. She gonna kill me. So I'm like, So we took everything we had already scooped out and formed to put the next batch in, threw it back into the bowl, put the cake mix in, mixed it all together, and it was fine. But yeah, I still screwed it up. But the screwed up ones actually tasted really good. They were just not as fluffy. It must have been bad, right? To make everybody insta sick all at the same time together. Also, I imagine this going off like Bridesmaids when everybody gets sick from the Indian food and somebody's mounted on the sink and somebody's squatting in the middle of the driveway and it's not good. There are only so many bathrooms in a house, right? If everybody gets sick, something bad's about to go down. But if it was super expired or more than a day or two expired, then yeah, it's an obvious risk. What would be the harm in just not making cupcakes at that point? Assuming, you had other stuff. So we're just, I don't know. Yeah, bad meat would do that. I mean, dairy, yeah. Get the bubbly guts. For Christmas, we got you all the bubbly guts for Christmas. After dessert, we will all be having, another dessert. Bubbly gut pie.